is a collab with the one and only Sage's sketchbook. All of the links are in the description, so go check them out to see her video. Basically, our collab is drawing each other's OCs in a different era, and the era I got was the 50s, and it was honestly pretty fun to design a character for the one and only Amaya. That's who I'm drawing, and I'll put a picture up on the screen of what she looks like, just so you can reference how I made the character design and what's different between the two. Originally, me and Sage were going to make an animation. Both of us kind of had art block, and it didn't go so great, so we ended up scrapping that, and instead we were going to make a comic, and I actually got really close to finishing the comic, and it looked like this, but we honestly just decided not to do that one, and instead we came up with the idea to draw each other's OCs in a different era. And we honestly came up with this idea quite a while ago, and here's my first design for it, but I decided to redo it traditionally since I thought that it would look a lot nicer, and it's better to watch traditional videos in my opinion than digital videos since you can see my hand moving and all that stuff. Now, talking about the design, Amaya is who I'm drawing, and they are an amazing character, and they are part of the world called Solace. Solace is Sage's OC world, and you should totally go check out her videos that talk about it because I am totally obsessed with their OC world. Like, it's just an amazing OC world. And Amaya is one of the characters in it, and they have a very bright color scheme and very bright aesthetic, so it's super fun to translate that into a different era, because even though a lot of girls and stuff in this era were wearing like dresses and stuff, Amaya, no, they are not a normal kid. They are not a normal kid. When you see those kids in the hallway that wear like super extra things, like all the leggings and layers and stuff, and all the crazy jewelry, that is Amaya, okay? Amaya is that one kid that walks down the hall in the brightest outfit and just rocks it. That is Amaya, and tell me I am wrong. Amaya has these iconic glasses and a really iconic color scheme, which is like orange and blue, so I wanted to give them some glasses still, but like obviously older, and it was kind of hard translating the hair, but I still wanted to keep the ponytail, even though in the top corner I drew them with their hair down, which was honestly really weird. I messed up on the face on that one too, which was really fun. Also, while drawing this, I made the face a little too muddy, so I'm still super mad at myself for making it so muddy because I was liking how it was going, and then I messed up on the liner and I made it too muddy, and I was so mad at myself. But they still look amazing because Amaya's character design is just stunning. Also, when drawing the highlights, I accidentally made them a little too bright because I feel like Sage totally got rid of the highlight idea, but I brought it back because I thought it was fun. And in the bottom corner, I drew Amaya and Zola at prom. Zola is Amaya's girlfriend or like partner. I don't know if they're dating, but they definitely are in love. And so I drew them at prom, and I thought it was super cute. Anyways, I kind of wanted to talk about how I come up with character designs, since a lot of you sometimes say that you struggle with that. I wanted to talk about that since it's one of the things I love doing. First off, when making character designs, don't worry if it doesn't go exactly the way you want the first time. It normally takes me many tries to come up with a good character design, and here's a nice example of that. Here is one of my OCs named Kitsch. He's a part of my world I call Fluorescent, and honestly, his character design at first was very weird. I originally made this idea just looking off of stuff on Pinterest, so I based it a lot off of a Pinterest idea, and I didn't personally like that because it just felt morally wrong to be copying a character design of somebody else's, so I completely scrapped it after that, and I ended up doing something like this. So, just for reference, his character design started like this, and now looks like this, because I redrew it multiple times, and I came up with something I enjoyed. One of the things I like to do is create a list of things I do want to include in the character design. So for Kitsch's example, I said I want to include feathers, blue and purple colors, and then face markings. And so I just wanted to incorporate those things and keep those things the same every single time I drew him. Another thing to note is it depends on what you're wanting your OC to do. So if you're making an animation of your OC, it's nicer to simplify the design so it's easier to frame by frame draw it. Because if the design is really complicated, it might be hard to animate that since stuff can get lost within the animation. So if you're definitely animating OC, I would keep the design simpler so it's easier to animate. One of the nice things I do when figuring out a design is I like to go on Pinterest and start picking out certain things I like, and then underneath you can see more button, and it'll pop up with a whole bunch of things that it recommends you. And at that point, I just start adding all the things I like, and I start putting those all on a board. And then from there, my mind just kind of works and figures out like what I want this character to look like, because that helps a lot as well, just to know their personality and what you want them to be doing. If they're like a villain, you might want to give them a darker color scheme. If they're super like nice and kawaii, then you might want to give them a pastel color scheme or something like that. So I think that figuring out color schemes and just looking at inspiration and such can give you a lot of nice ideas, so then you can come up with a good character design. Also, don't forget that it's totally okay to redesign your characters. I actually do this a lot. I redesign my characters a lot. Here's one of my OCs named Traffic Cone, or her real name is Sama, and her first design actually looked like this, and now I've redesigned it to look like this. It's not super different, but there are subtle differences that I like better in it, so it helps a lot when doing that. This voiceover is so chaotic, I swear. I'm just like, OCs, designs, yes. When working on the character designs for this one, I especially needed to use Pinterest because I had no clue what some of the 50s fashion looked like, so I really had to search up like men's suits, 50s, like women's fashion in the 50s, and I kind of just had to combine it and also look at like, I didn't really worry about color schemes because I knew I was going to stick with Amaya's original color scheme, but I did worry about trying to at least make some of the stuff look similar because I didn't want it to look like super different from 50s fashion. I also decided to not make this just like one solid drawing. I kind of made it a whole spread with multiple different outfits. The one of them on the very left, I did like their extra outfit, so it's one where they're like dressing up more. The one on the very right of them sitting down, I would say is more of a casual outfit, like something they might wear to school or something like that. Just more casual. I could also see Amaya just sitting at home alone, just wearing that outfit, like feeling extra, like just sitting down, eating Cheetos on a couch and wearing that, feeling like a hot person. I see Amaya doing that. And then the bottom corner, I tried to make it look more glammed up and just like bright and vibrant, since it's a prom outfit and normally prom outfits are pretty bright and crazy. Honestly, I don't know how good I did on actually matching 50s aesthetic, so I honestly wouldn't trust Pinterest to give you correct info, because even though I searched up 50s, it totally could have given me like 70s or 60s. I'm not really a huge like fan of different eras. I don't really focus on that much, so if I totally biffed this, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Just tell me if I was wrong in the comments. That would be very nice. I know that the hair is not exactly how 50s hair would look, but then again, remember, Maya is that extra kid. They are very extra. They don't follow the trends. They start their own. And if dyeing your hair, like with the strands, wasn't a thing in the 50s, Amaya started that trend. So just remember, Amaya started that trend, okay? You know, everybody has to start a trend. Amaya is that kid, so don't you worry. Even if it wasn't correct, Amaya does whatever they want, so calm down. I'm sorry, but can we just talk about how cute Amaya and Zola are at prom? Like, it's so cute. I can't stand it. It's adorable. Just like imagine that in your head. Just imagine them at prom. Now I just want to make a whole animatic about that, and honestly I might, if art block doesn't get in my way. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I know it's kind of chaotic and all that stuff, but I'm glad you stuck around, hopefully. Anyway, here's the finished drawings, and thanks for watching. Bye!